What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Insights on. I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe as you always. Watch full video, bro. This is getting crazier and crazier by the day. By the video, it's getting crazier and crazier.
OTF Jam has now testified. A whole bunch of information has come out, and we're going to be breaking down bit by bit how detrimental this is going to be against Lil Durk. Now, mind you, Durk's lawyers haven't cross-examined. They haven't gotten to get on him yet. I can't imagine Jam is the most intelligent person in the world. So you don't necessarily want to see the lawyer go too hard on him because it's going to make the lawyer seem a bit too aggressive. But keep in mind, the defense hasn't gotten their turn. This is all just the prosecutors letting their star witness shine. A few months ago, I read on Sway and Free for You. Yeah. All right, so we all saw this hit earlier, right? OTF Jam was on the stand testifying against Lil Durk, and the reactions went crazy. But this, posted by the homie Remo, is a little bit of a breakdown of some of what was talked about. OTF Jam says Lil Durk had an OTF meeting where he said, if motherfuckers catch Quando or Tim, they gonna be straight. OTF Jam, also known as
K. Nigga should have said, if you catch them and you get away with it, you'll be straight. Like, what?
Casey Hester continued testifying about his involvement in the murder of Lil Pab. Jam said he and ASA Houston traveled to Hooters before landing in San Diego to wait for the rest of the group. Motherfuckers chose Hooters. Before we go on a hit, we're gonna go to Hooters just to get our mind right. You know, titties and bloodshed. That's gonna get us going. He testified Booney called him and informed him of the plan to kill Quando Rondo, and he alleged Durk was on a separate phone during this time and his voice could be heard in the distance. Jam testified he was told Durk did not want anyone coming to Los Angeles to contact him. Jam testified Durk was on FaceTime with Wilson, also Didi, when the group took a van from San Diego to Los Angeles. Wilson allegedly referred to the group, according to Jam, as Navy SEALs while speaking with Durk.
What the fuck?
That's a crazy statement right there.
Oh God. Oh God. He's like, nigga, we the Navy SEALs, bro. What the hell?
Bro's got a van full of killers, calling them the Navy SEALs. They're gonna pop out and, literally do what they said they were gonna do. And that's exactly.
It still was done how they did it. Mind you, I ain't telling nobody to go do nothing, but nigga, if you gonna do that, nigga, do it right. How you come across states and planes and buses and vans and doing all this traveling to knock at somebody from a distance? That was just dumb as shit. That was so dumb.
What the fuck happened? They bounced out with a switch, let it rip, and Pab got hit. He testified that a weed dealer connected to Quando Rondo informed Booney that Rondo would be in Los Angeles and purchasing weed. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You guys told him about a plug. That's why I always how niggas still be like, nigga, like, who got it? Who, nigga, go to the dispensary. What are you talking about?
And this is why I don't like taking pictures with people. I don't like because people will want to interact with you. They'll want a picture with you. They'll fake kick it with you. And then they'll jump on the internet and do some whole other shit. Or in this case, they'll sell you weed and y'all thinking y'all cool. And the whole time they're trying to drop you low to their favorite rapper. You weren't even their favorite rapper. You were just the one that was.
That is crazy though, bro. That is crazy, niggas, to get told on by your plug, nigga. You thinking like, nigga, it's the plug, it's the homie. You thinking that he looking at you like, nigga, hey, I'm serving nigga to a nigga, my favorite rapper, or nigga, somebody that's up, somebody that's tight, a rapper in general. And nigga, you got to remember, nigga, he's down. He don't have what you have.
Was willing to pay for the weed. You're buying off dude, and he's trying to drop you low to his favorite rapper. That's crazy. The plan, according to Jam, was to shoot Rondo at his hotel while he was coming out to get the weed. Holy shit. Now, the first thing that I was ever told, my first time going to LA was for a No Jumper interview. No Jumper isn't in LA. I believe it was in Burbank. But the first thing I was told about LA is do not stay at the hotels. The people that work in the hotels will get you nailed. They will line you up because while they might have on whatever uniform they got to have on, the second you go in there, they see you got jewelry, whatever, they're making calls to whoever they know from the neighborhood. They're trying to line you up and get you smacked. Realistically, that's just how the shit goes. And we've seen in separate cases things pop off at the hotels. This isn't
Oh God,
nothing.
that's why like most like high paid celebrities, nigga, they got guards, nigga, that stand outside the door, or that guard the spare room or whatever the fuck, nigga, they're there. They ain't going nowhere, nigga. Or nigga, something depending on how famous the person is. God damn, they might rent out or buy off like the whole floor, so nobody can go on that exact floor anyway.
New. You know what I mean? So
That
the
shit.
fact that they planned
It's
it,
sad that we live in a world where like the more famous you get, the more your life's at risk. The more richer you get. That shit's sad. That shit's sad, bro.
with this weed dealer, I'm surprised that the feds don't find out who the weed dealer is because he's essentially lining up the murder. Yeah. I'm gonna have him come out when he comes out to get the weed. But you know what I'm saying? If I'm interpreting this correctly, because what else did he think was gonna happen? Yeah, y'all are just gonna be in the car behind my car. I'm gonna tell him to come out and get the weed, and then what? They're gonna bang him out, and then I mean, shit, they might have shot the weed guy too. The way these motherfuckers rolling, we don't know.
Sure would have smoked him.
When Rondo and others came outside on the night of August 18th, Jam testified that the area was too hot with a lot of police activity. The plan was abandoned until the next day. Jam testified. His testimony ended at the hotel where the group stayed for the night. His testimony for the prosecution will continue tomorrow. Defense will have the chance to cross-examine the witness. Now, Ross would clarify Jam was at an OTF meeting. Dirk said if motherfuckers catch Quando or Tim, they're going to be straight. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Someone in the room said half a ticket or $1 million. And Dirk just said, whatever. Motherfuckers going to be straight. They won't have to worry about nothing. Now, I wonder if the verbiage in that, right? Because they're straight up asking, what are we going to get? $500,000?
I still don't. I kind of don't believe it because again, this is his homie, but the nigga Vonnie, that's his cousin. Like, how is how is the homie want trying to get this nigga more than their own cousin? Like, I don't see that. I don't see that. Yeah, Dirk is the one with the money, but nigga, you niggas got money and it's catching somebody. You don't even really need no money to do that.
In $1 million. These are like John Wick numbers, like fucking insane, right? But he's saying y'all gonna be straight. Whatever. Y'all gonna be straight. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. He's not really putting a price tag on anything, right? So I wonder if that's gonna work in his favor if he allegedly said this. And again, this is just coming out of Jam's mouth. It's not like it's text or a recorded call or anything like that. But
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying, like on the other video. Most of this shit is gonna be hearsay. This person said you said this or you wanted this done, but he don't got no video, no audio, no nothing of Dirk saying this, and y'all just believing this nigga because this is y'all informant. He could be lying to save his own ass.
it's still pretty crazy to hear. And the fact that Rondo is free, he's out of the feds. I think he's in like a halfway house, but I mean, he can get on the internet like anybody else. He might even be on Kick right now. You know what I'm saying? And Rondo's gonna read this and literally think about that night. Like, damn, I had a funny feeling about that weed, dude. Da 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 da.
I just hope I just hope Quando don't do, cause man, bro, I just got a feeling he gonna do it anyway. I got a feeling he gonna get out of jail, and then instead of like getting back and making like regular good music, getting back to where your career was should have been going, he gonna get out making diss tracks. I got a good feeling he's gonna get out making diss tracks.
Because he came out and he bought it. The plan went through. The only thing that didn't happen was Jam didn't jump out and kill him because there was too many people outside of the hotel. That's some crazy testimony right there. I'm not gonna lie. Now, Duty Low, who can be seen here basically at the courthouse, Duty Low gets brought up in this case. And it's getting kind of spooky. In my opinion.
I would have left.
OT.
You better get up out of there, dog. I seen this that he was supposed to be co-conspirator number 4. Nigga, I would get up out of there, big buddy. Get up out of there.
OTF Duty Low allegedly identified as co-conspirator 4 after rumors claim Cali rapper Brick Baby held the role in Lil Durk's murder for hire trial. Now, Brick Baby got interviewed, and I think he said some crazy shit like, "Oh, he should have hit me up because I would have lined up Quando," or some crazy fucking shit, right?
Which is crazy because they from the same hood. 2 different brackets, but it's the same hood. It's crazy.
But Duty Low has been identified as co-conspirator number 4. Remo popped that off, and to be named in this case, but to also be showing up doing the Free Durk rally and all that, it just doesn't seem like it's the smartest thing to do, in my opinion, because it's like, what all of they
unless it's not true. Unless he's co-conspirator number 4, but he's not gonna testify. He's gonna go to jail for it because I think more likely they're gonna probably subpoena him. But that is wild, nigga. Like, if you're supposed to testify or whatever, you're outside.
You did. What do they know you did? Even though he's not in the indictment, like technically he's not indicted. I don't know. I just feel like that's walking a thin line. Like, I wouldn't be too comfortable with that. But my boy Ross is crashing out. And Ross has been crashing the fuck out. Y'all see my comment right here. Can I like my own comment? That's mad corny. I'm gonna take that back. I just wanted to see if I could. But my boy Ross, he got ran up on by a prankster with some meta glasses, telling him to stop doing the police work and say Free Durk, whatever, right? And then a Muslim man approached him, telling him to correct what he said about Durk was blaming everything on fucking Vonnie. And Ross held it down and was like, "Nah, I'm not correcting nothing. That's what the court said." And then today, or yesterday, depending on what time you're watching this, because we're live streaming on Kick right now. Kick it with me. Today, he got ran down on by Lil Durk's PR woman, who basically snapped on him and told him to delete a tweet and all this extra crazy shit. But now he's going at every fucking body. So Trap Lil Ross just said, "I got snitched on and harassed out of Durk's trial. He got cooked and they're big mad, threatening me." Let me unmute that real quick.
All right, so I'm outside the court. We got the Free Durk Brigade right here. All right, they're doing their thing. You see what they got going on, man. They see what we got going on. Okay. So you know what's funny? You know
this funny right here for me. This nigga is not this thing. I don't think he's not OTF. This thing is a content creator, bro. This thing is a YouTuber, bro. He's just there just because. This is fine, bro. This is sad as hell, bro. I'm good. It's too hot. If this is like cool weather, I probably would have showed up too. But it's too hot. I'm not going down there, boy.
They see what we got going on. Okay. So you know what's funny? It wasn't just Durk that got snitched on today. They were snitching on me too. A bunch of people lied and said that I was wearing meta glasses in the courtroom when I wasn't. They tried to remove me. They questioned me, but they saw that I was not wearing meta glasses. So it seems like Durk supporters might be bigger snitches than they're letting on. So I don't know if any of these folks here are snitches, but I just saw Jam's testimony. People talking about I'm the police, but
And I like how they get quiet when the camera's not on them. When he turns, they all boot up.
Oh God! Like, they was still like, before he turned the camera even on, and they was all just standing there. As soon as he turned it on, they all walked up. Like, what the hell?
Turns away, they're all like, shh.
saw the biggest cooperator in this case reporting and giving his opinion on a whole bunch of crazy things. So they got all this energy from me. I ain't heard nobody mention Jam once yet. I ain't heard nobody mention nothing about Jam.
Man, he's standing on fucking business.
That's true. Again, you got this nigga who, his homie is in there testifying against him, saying he did all this shit. Nobody said nothing. No, I ain't seen no post. That nigga like called him all type of names, nothing. But Trap, this nigga, again, it's because most idiots think the gang shit, the steady shit is a part of black culture. So therefore, if you're not one of us, you can't speak on it. When me personally, I don't want that shit to be tied to us. Do not tie that shit to us, nigga. Let that be a general thing. Do not tie that shit to us. Like, snitching is only part of this culture. No, it's not. We don't want that. We don't want that tied to us, buddy. Like, what the hell? And like again, they own this thing here just like they on JK because you're somebody white talking about a black rapper and the snitching rumors and the shit that they put out on the internet. For Trap, most of that he's talking about is on the internet. That's why most of I don't even react to his videos because he's going strictly based on like what he be saying on Reddit most of the time. And then Jake, he go by shit that he actually go when he got actual paperwork and broke it down. That's why I react to Jake and not Trap.
Flat out telling them to their face, y'all got something to say about me, but ain't one of y'all bitch ass, he should have said that, ain't one of y'all bitch ass said anything about Jam testifying in there. But y'all got something to say about me. And it's corny. I feel like they're picking faces. I feel like, there's a number of factors. Ross isn't the big.
Again, they can get to him. They can get to him, and then again, he's not black. This is a weak link speaking about black culture, and you're doing the police job. No, again, he's
biggest guy. He's from the UK. He's very friendly. He doesn't act like he's hard or anything like that. And I feel like all those people in the crowd are taking advantage. Because if you had the opportunity to run up on Jam and do the same shit and press Jam would shoot you in the fucking face.
They wouldn't do it.
And watch you take a deep breath through your forehead.
They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
Totally stole that from the Deadpool movie because I watched it last night. But facts though, Jam would 100% shoot you in your face if you run up on him talking about he's a snitch. They're just doing it to Ross because Ross is there. But Ross ain't backing down. Bro don't even look worried about it. Bro's hanging out. And mind you, he got 2 security guards too, so they really not going to play with him and get away with it like that. But people are picking and choosing. That shit's lame as fuck.
I don't know what Jam got going on. So I've got all of the info about everything that Jam had to say. We got a lot of emotional people out here talking a whole load of nonsense, okay? So it is an absolute mess at the courthouse. They're snitching on me. They're snitching on Dirk. It is an absolute disaster out here. I can't believe the state of things out here outside the courthouse. So look, I'm going to give you guys a whole bunch of updates. I'm going to update you on absolutely everything that happened. I've got
Somebody said, fuck your update.
They trying to hide the truth. They trying to hide the truth, man. They don't want me to speak the truth. They're going to be pissed when you hear what Jam had to say in the courtroom.
They want the Channel 7 to do it, bro. Channel 5, Channel 2. Not Trapler Ross.
It was insane. Jam had a whole lot to say, and these guys are going to be very, very mad and upset when they hear what Jam had to say.
Man, this shit is funny. All right, don't let me. I can't pause it like that. There we go. That's a bit better, right? Do it like. I'll say this. I fuck with Ross. That's my boy. I know he got 2 security guards with him. I hope this shit doesn't go sideways and turn into some Chud the Builder type shit and somebody tries to crash out and fucking do something. Because
I hope they don't, because nigga, at the end of the day, nigga, you a fan of Dirk. Dirk don't even know you. So I truly hope that nobody does that. Because again, you're not a part of OTF. Dirk don't know you. You're not gonna. What you do is not gonna benefit him. If anything, it's gonna make him look bad. Look, yo, people out here do what they're doing.
And I see the chat. You know what Ross is doing is lame. It isn't lame. He's covering the case. How is it lame? It's the same shit I'm doing, except I'm not there. He's covering the case and giving you the information on the case. Whether or not you like the information doesn't fucking matter. That's irrelevant. That means you have a bias. But all he's doing is his fucking job. All the motherfuckers is just fans standing there shouting out their Instagrams and acting like they mad about somebody that doesn't
just getting views and clicks. That's it.
Even know they exist. Dirk don't know them. He don't know who the fuck they are. So realistically, who looks lamer? The motherfucker doing their job and getting paid being there, or the motherfuckers that's showing up just so they can dick ride outside of the courtroom and try to press somebody who clearly don't.
And obviously, he must be getting taken somewhat serious as a press guy for him to be one with this fucking thing on his neck, and then two, he's actually being allowed in the courtroom. I don't think that anybody just allowed in. Most people probably, if you got a court date that day, you probably there. But for most people, they got to be a part of that case or a reporter for them to be let in.
Want smoke? Press the people that's testifying, the gangsters, because the ones who's testifying in this case is a murderer, a straight smacker. Press him if you want to press somebody. That's just my opinion. Now, Ross came back to back. I mean, he's got video after video. OTF Jam copped to three murders. That's why y'all ain't pressing him. Y'all pressing Ross because Jam copped out the 3 murders to save himself and took the stand against Dirk, Diddy, and Lindsay.
OTF Jam took the stand today, and it was absolutely wild. There's so many quotables from OTF Jam's testimony, and it was just absolutely insane. Now, what I'm going to say that was very, very interesting is off the rip, OTF Jam said why he was there, what was going on, the conditions of his plea, and he basically confirmed that he was copping to 3 murders as part of his deal. There was a conspiracy to commit murder for hire, an apparent kidnap for murder, and a robbery murder. Now, it was crazy, and he actually touched on one of the murders that he actually did way back in the day that was part of his plea. So obviously one of them is the Dirk conspiracy, you know, the murder for hire of Lil Pab, but another one was a
It's just crazy because Dirk got this trial and then he still got the Rico trial after this.
2010 apparent robbery in Racine, Wisconsin.
This
Apparently another black
shit.
disciple had asked OTF Jam to go with him to rob somebody that his dad had sold drugs with. The older BD basically said that this guy had cheated him out of money and then they went to rob him. They went into a store with him, they basically locked the door, they put guns to the guy, there was a fight, and Jam was told to shoot the guy. Jam shot him once, and the guy that he was with, the older BD, said, nah, he saw my face, kill him. He saw me. And what did Jam do? Jam said he put the gun to the guy's head and pulled the trigger and executed him on the spot. He was age 17 at the time. So,
man, listen, Jam is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a cold nigga right there to do that, boy.
However it played
Like,
out,
that's
he
wild.
the moment.
Like that. To me, to be honest, that makes the older nigga who told him to do it seem like a sucker though. Cause nigga, why would you tell him to do it? He saw your face, not his. Why don't you do it? Like, he already popped the nigga once. He saw your face. You tell him he saw my face in you. In him yourself.
Whatever, to put your gun to somebody's head and blow their shit out point blank, you gotta be bad. That ain't no regular shit. It's not. That's not like you just blowing your shit down the street and you hit something. That's not, you know, to actually make fucking contact. Like everybody that's watching the stream right now, make your little, you know, your little handgun literally and put it to your shit and squeeze and imagine somebody's shit just blowing out the other end and all that fucking jelly and every shit else comes out. Jam did that at 17. That was the first one. That's a bad motherfucker. Like I said, that's why ain't nobody trying to press Jam.
I don't know how you caught that body like that and you're out on the street anyway. He should have been done, bruh. Like, he's 17, bruh. Nigga, like, 13, 14, all right, you can give a nigga juvie life. 17, nigga, you're an adult, bro. You're an adult, bro. You know exactly what you're doing. Nigga locked that nigga. What nigga? He should have been still locked up to this day. That would be wrong, bro. How you catch that type of body at 17 and you're still walking around? Like, nigga, he should have been. His whole 20s should have been gone, and then at least 5 to 8 of his 30s should have been gone. He should have been barely getting out when he's close to 40. Like,
Jam, when the word came out, he was like, man, who the fuck wants smoke? Because he knows what he's capable of. He'll really do it. That's a
wild,
flat
bro.
out execution. You put it to somebody's head and boop, push that button and they shit just fucking blows out the side. That's a bad motherfucker, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta give it to him for that.
So that's now 2 of Jam's murders that we've had confirmed, but he is probably going to testify later on about a 3rd murder that he did, and I think it could be possible that that's the one that Dirk and them actually took him into the bathroom to kind of confront him about, to say, you out here catching even more bodies, you getting the feds on us, you getting
And I wonder because Trenches News said that Jam killed FBG Cash. And, you know, the photos came out of Cash. He was all stiff and shit. That shit was fucked up. But it was like right before he got killed, he was taking pictures in front of Old Block at King Von's mural. So he kind of like asked for that shit, in my opinion. But if it comes out that Jam's the one that smacked him, I mean, this a bad snitch right here. This snitch is killing shit. Another one. OTF Jam pointed out Dirk in the courtroom and said he was involved in 100 armed robberies, was so broke he robbed people for food when Duty Low told him to kill Quando. When Duty Low told him to kill Quando, he said he had no choice.
And Duty Low is hanging out outside. If I was a fucking thing, a person, bro, nigga, what? I'm like, he's outside. Go get him.
Duty Low, the one showing up to court. This is some crazy shit.
took the stand. He made it very clear. He pointed at Dirk, he pointed at Dee Dee, he pointed at Lindsay. He said they was all in on the murder and the conspiracy. They're mad. They're big mad. They're so...
You know what I just read in the chat? Somebody said
big
robbing
mad.
people
They're
for
big
food
mad.
left my ass off. Yeah, that's kind of retarded, right? Because why don't you just steal the food out of a store? Why are you robbing someone for their food? That's insane.
mad that Jam took the stand and is cooking Lil Dirk. Dirk got cooked by Jam. It was such a bad day. People out here trying to act tough like that's something, okay? But it ain't gonna do nothing. It's not gonna help Dirk. It's not gonna stop Jam. Dirk literally got pointed out. He looked so disappointed. He looked heartbroken. There were moments where Jam was sort of like, looked like he was low-key like chuckling a little bit, or like they was playing that video of Dee Dee basically where he admitted to being the murder man, and Jam just shook his head and laughed. You thinking you guys cooked yourselves. You talking about I'm the snitch. You guys cooked yourselves. They played back again in the court. I'm not gonna lie. All of these folks out here that say that they love Dirk, love Von, they don't love Von as much as I do. I was bopping along to Back Again. It was hard, but unfortunately there was true facts behind those songs, and Dirk got pointed out by Jam. Jam was apparently one of the biggest demons out here. He claimed that he murdered 3 people for the BDs there's a 3rd murder that we don't know about yet that we're going to probably find out about.
This is another crazy situation. Jam wanted to rob Tory Lanez' artist. Dirk said, that's the Jam I've been waiting on. And Brian Steele asked the judge for a mistrial, and the judge said no.
How you gonna get a mistrial on that?
The testimony that went down when OTF
Like
Jam was
what?
on the stand, and Dirk's
That makes him look bad. How you get a mistrial on something that makes the person telling looks bad, but your person is good, I think. Nigga, this makes Dirk look bad. Dirk said that's the Jam I've been waiting on.
basically threw a giant tantrum and tried to call a mistrial. The judge wasn't going for it, but it was pretty crazy, and the details are actually nuts. So obviously, when Jam was in jail, he didn't really know Dirk like that. He knew him from back in the day from around Lamron. He confirmed that,
Right here, you can tell Trap wants Dirk guilty so bad the feds use Trap Lord's videos info to catch these guys, so he feels entitled to some clout. He's using their stuff to make videos. What are you talking about? That's the misconception people have right there. People think the police are using these YouTube, like people think the police are using YouTuber videos to convict people. No, if anybody, they might use an interview. But for most of the YouTubers, especially like Trap, he's going based on what he sees on the internet. So the police see the same thing.
OTF, Lamron 300, it was
And
all
again,
about...
the artist is the one who put the shit that he sees on the internet. The artist is the one who put what they did in the music lyrics. Like he said, they used it. They used the song. Who made the song? Did Trap make the song and put, hey, I'm gonna make this song, but I'm gonna title it Lil Durk, and then like, there you go. No, nigga, these niggas make, like, it's a few songs Dirk made where he, like, he said, I forgot who the song is with. He said, "Ain't it a shame that I'd rather catch a body than catch some M's or catch some millions, whatever." Like, basically, like, referring to that he'd rather go to jail than be a millionaire. It's in a fucking verse. Why would you put that in a verse?
Gang stuff and that Dirk was involved in it. That was his opinion. I'm going to break that down more in another video. But basically, he said that, you know, Dirk started putting money on his books in jail. When he came out, he started showing love. He basically bought him a bunch of clothes. He had his guy that worked with him, Jason, damn near buy him a whole new wardrobe. But what was very interesting was that he started traveling with Dirk. He went out to...
Sorry to keep pausing. I honestly feel like Dirk, I ain't gonna say he's gonna beat this case, but I don't think he's gonna get life from this one. The Rico one, that one might hurt you. That one might hurt you. This one, it's all hearsay, especially if Vonnie is the one paying for everything. Jam is the one doing everything, and supposedly Dirk money is the one that's just being used to do it. That still makes them look worse than him. As far as Rico go, yeah. But so I guess that's probably what they're doing. We gonna put all this together. So therefore, if he is convicted of this crime, therefore that makes the Rico case even stronger, because you were convicted of basically being the leader and having these two people do what they were doing. Therefore, that makes the Rico case even stronger. But I think he slightly might beat this one. Slightly.
Detroit with Dirk, he went out to Miami with Dirk, and apparently, this is crazy, okay? When he was in Miami with Lil Durk, they ended up bumping into Tory Lanez and his crew. Now, apparently, Jam saw one of Tory Lanez' artists that he had, I guess, signed to his label with, like, a really nice set of chains. You know, he had some nice kit on him.
And as we've just learned, Jam was robbing people for food. So imagine what he's going to do if he sees jewelry.
Apparently, after they all linked up, Jam took Dirk to one side and basically said to him, "Hey, look, I'm going to start robbing these guys." And this is exactly what King Von said he was going to do when he got out of jail and Dirk started bringing him around as well. Obviously, Von started rapping and went to the top and then lost his life. But Jam basically said, "Look, I'm actually just going to start robbing these guys for you." And this was after Von died. And you know what Dirk said in response? He didn't say, "Hey, don't make the block hot." He didn't say, "Hey, calm it down. Tory's my mans, don't rob his artists." You know what Dirk allegedly said to Jam? He said, "That's the Jam I've been waiting on, bro." He must have probably been thinking, that's exactly what King Von said to me when I started bringing him around all of these people. It was crazy. So apparently, every time that Jam linked up with Lil Durk, OTF Vonnie pulled up and gave him guns. And basically, they said that they were constantly passing Jam guns. And the purpose of that, literally, Jam said, because they knew I was finna use them. They knew that I was the guy that was going to let it blow if it came to it.
And that's major because, again, that's placing everything on Vonnie. Vonnie is the one giving him the guns. As we know, Vonnie is the one that was orchestrating everything. And even Vonnie's dad was the one saying Vonnie set everything up. It wasn't Dirk. It had nothing to do with Dirk, which is crazy.
Again, like I said, if it's my homie versus this nigga's cousin, who you think would have more of a reason to get somebody? Me, the homie, or the nigga who was his blood cousin? I would think the cousin would have more motive to want to get somebody versus his own homie. Not saying the homie ain't gonna want to do it, but nigga, that's your blood cousin. You know him way longer than I've ever known him. You have a way bigger bond with him than I've ever had. That's your blood cousin.
But somebody in here said at this point, after they pressed Trap Lord Ross, he lost all respect for Dirk he had. Now he's just trolling. It definitely seems like Ross is getting a little bit more ballsy with how he's, communicating. But this is interesting. Duty Low is co-conspirator 4 that gave the killers Quando's location. Jam confirmed it, said Duty didn't tell him he was in Cali to kill Quando until after the flight.
It's official. Duty Low has been confirmed as co-conspirator number 4, and the person who confirmed it was OTF Jam himself. Now, we'd been wondering who was it that gave the location of Quando, Rondo in LA to the alleged hitmen, to Dirk, to the team, and all of that kind of stuff. Well, what is crazy is that we found out that there was apparently like a crazy conversation after basically like all the hitmen arrived in San Diego. Apparently none of them knew what was going on, but they had an inkling something crazy was going on. And I'm not gonna lie, Dirk really put himself in it with some of this stuff. So apparently, okay, all of the hitmen were kind of rounded up for some kind of secret mission. They didn't know what was going on. They all quickly got booked to these flights to San Diego. And apparently
Right here, literally sound like coerced testimony, and doesn't this disprove the murder for hire? He said that they didn't know until they got there and was not promised money or anything and just killed him. Seem like the feds are just trying to make it seem like a bad, seem as bad as possible. And I can't wait to see Brian Steele. Cause again, when it comes to the feds, bro, most time, not saying every time, but most time, it's the fear. What it's the feds, nigga. It's you. We all think that when they come, they not come to play. When they come, they've been waiting for months and years. They didn't gather every piece of single evidence, and then that's how people get locked away. Most of the time, it's not even the case. Most of the time, people their conviction rate is up so high because niggas take deals. I don't want to keep fighting this. I'm facing 35 years, 45 years, where you can give me 5 to 10 or 15. I can just do that 15. Nigga, 15 is easier than 35. So that I think that's how it goes for the Fed. Most time, not every single time, not all the time, but I'm saying most time it's because it's the fear and amount of evidence that they come with. So it's like for the jury, oh, this law enforcement this person has been charged or whatever, and they have 100 different pieces of evidence to go against this person. If you need all that, that's shot to show that you ain't got nothing, in my opinion, because you should only need one or two to lock somebody up. They caught a body, lock them up. They're serving major dope, lock them up. They're transporting people, lock them up. Why do you need 100,000 pieces of different type of evidence to convict one person? If you're really that good, if you really got all this evidence, one or two should be good enough. But no, they kind of come with all this evidence because that shit don't be good enough.
when Jam, another one of the
Yeah, especially when it comes to black people and Mexicans and hood white people. Hey, we gonna say everybody that the feds come for. Most of the time, it's somebody. I ain't gonna say I can guarantee this, but I kind of want to say that. I kind of guarantee if we looked at most people who went against the feds, probably more than likely most of them took a charge. I mean, they took a plea deal, and that's how they got convicted.
Basically arrived. They went to a Hooters in San Diego. They got on a FaceTime with Duty Low, who told them that they got the location for Quando Rondo. They got the low from basically like a weed dealer that was going to go and take them some weed, and that they were basically going to trick him into coming outside to pick up weed, and they were going to kill him outside of his hotel. Well, it's confirmed that was Duty Low. Now, not only did we're hearing about Duty Low being in group chats, and I thought, oh, maybe they're going to show some series of messages with Duty Low and other stuff that he had said, but it was Jam that took the stand and said that it was Duty Low that basically told them after they'd arrived in California that they were there on a mission to kill Quando Rondo. And Jam said something really interesting. He said, look, he felt like it was too hot to kill somebody in Los Angeles. He was thinking, there's too many police. I don't know the city. I don't know how to get away.
Looking at the chat, somebody said, only thing is, how is Duty pulling up if he sent the hit initially? Bro, that's what the fuck I'm wondering. They're saying that he's the one that set everything up with the weed dealers so they could nail Quando at the hotel. But he's outside of the courtroom. Free Dirk. I think they were streaming. He might have been on Kick. I don't know, but it just seems fucking insane. What dude is alleging? Because again, this is Jam saying this shit. Jam is saying that Duty.
Look. That's why I be doing my shit, bro. I just, hey. But like, I asked ChatGPT because that shit goes based on the internet and based real type of shit, right? So look, this is what I asked. I said, I said, is the Fed's conviction rate high based on actual convictions or by people taking deals? It said, yes, the federal conviction rate is overwhelmingly driven by guilty pleas, not jury trials.
So did all this, and I mean that's some deep shit.
If I get in a high-speed chase, if I get hurt, I don't know where I'm going. This is a bad idea, but he said it was too late. I was already there, and I just went with it. So
Look, another one right here. So for example, it said 2025, right? 2025. About 98%. See, that's a high fucking rate, nigga. 98% of federal cases that resulted in a sentence were resolved through a guilty plea. And while only about 2% went to trial. See? Motherfuckers taking deals. I'm gonna take this deal because I don't want to face all this time, bro. That's really why feds things are so hard because again, if you go to trial, if you do beat it, one, you're gonna be in trial for all these fucking years. And then two, if you don't, you're gonna get this time. So it's like I think they lucky do that on purpose to make you take a deal. It's like, hey, if you don't beat, you're facing this. So therefore, if you don't win, we're gonna hit you with the max, not the least, not the middle, the max. So that makes you take a deal, nigga. Why would I want to face the max when I can just take this deal? I can face 45 when I can take 10. Give me the 10, bro. Fuck it.
OTF Jam told the courtroom, he basically said, look, where I'm from, you don't stop nobody killing somebody. That's what gets you killed. They said that they'll think you're police. They'll get mad at you if you say that you want to stop a killing happening. But he wasn't really happy about it because he said he didn't consider himself in the Quando beef. He said he wasn't that close with King Von. They spoke a couple of times. And what was crazy is Jam said that way back in the day before he knew Von, he was trying to rizz up King Von's sister.
I think half of Chicago did that, honestly.
Yeah,
but
she's bad.
Anyways, Jam said Dirk FaceTimed the killers before the hit. Didi said, here's the Navy SEALs. And Dirk told Jam, I think he meant to say, go crazy.
Things in this whole trial today, when OTF Jam was actually on the stand.
Major shout out to Ross, because bro's got the whole fucking scoop. Like, he's literally in there, boots on the ground.
Yeah, because he's doing what actual reporters do. He's actually in there taking notes.
Getting all this shit. Big shout out to Ross.
Then plus for Ross, he's going based on like he's putting everything that's been said in court, plus everything that he heard across Reddit, plus everything that these artists have put in music videos and all type of shit. He's putting all that shit together. That's how he has what he has. And that's why people be mad. Like, nigga, people be mad that he knows some shit because, nigga, he's paying attention. These artists be snitching on themselves in their own music.
There was basically all these frantic phone calls made when they got Quando Rondo's location to a bunch of hitters in Chicago trying to get them on a job. It was Didi and Booney Mo. Apparently Booney Mo was specifically the person that called him and basically asked him about being involved. But he had Lil Durk on a FaceTime call on another phone on speaker. So Jam knew that Durk was there and that he was privy to this call. He overheard Booney Mo saying, "Blood, you there?" on the other line. And then basically, apparently, all right, he didn't have any info about what the hit was going to be. So Jam tried to call Lil Durk directly 2 times. Durk didn't answer. And then Booney called him back and said, hey, Durk doesn't want no one calling his phone that's coming out to LA. He didn't want no contact with anyone that's flying out to LA. So Jam said, like, he knew something crazy was going on, but he didn't actually know what the details were. He ends up getting flown out to LA. And this absolutely blew my mind. He ends up getting flown out to San Diego, driven to LA. They're in this, like, Sprinter bus, okay? They stop off at a Hooters in San Diego and they basically get told on a FaceTime by Duty Low they got Quando Rondo's location, and the whole reason they've been flown out there is to kill him. They're going to trick him and say that somebody's going to come and deliver him some weed at his hotel, and they're going to kill him outside his hotel. But what was crazy is after that, okay, Didi got on FaceTime apparently with Lil Durk in the Sprinter bus and apparently showed Lil Durk the hitters on FaceTime. Apparently, Didi turned his phone to show Durk all of the hitters.
That's pretty fucking crazy to do that. Like, hey, y'all say hi to Durk real quick before y'all go kill Quando. What the fuck?
And said, yeah, you see the Navy SEALs, all right? And then Jam basically gave testimony. They said, like, what was your understanding of what he meant? He was saying Navy SEALs, they're guys that go on missions. They're guys that go and kill people. He said that he turned the phone so that Lil Durk could see OTF Jam, and Durk basically told Jam, yeah, go crazy, and Jam slammed the rakes. He threw GDK, and then basically, like, you know, threw up the GD sign. He let the court know what that was. And then basically they kept on going to LA. What's even?
But I thought Jam wasn't there though. I thought Jam wasn't there for the hit. Cause then they say that Jam said that he didn't know that they was going to do that until they came back or till they got there or till it was done some shit. Could have sworn that's what he said. Where did that fucking post at? I can't find it. I could have sworn that's what he said in his video.
More crazy is they apparently stopped off on the way and everybody tried to take a picture of the LA skyline, but it was too dark. But the hitmen were really pulling up to the side of the road in the Sprinter after having FaceTimes with Dirk, taking pictures of where they were at. They were loving the view. And then they also stopped off at, they said they stopped off at a store. He said, I wasn't sure if it was Target or Walmart, but they basically went there to buy hoodies and gloves, you know, to disguise themselves. They said nobody brought hoodies and gloves with them, so they needed to get them there.
And then apparently after they did the hit and took off the hoodies and gloves, they had on the same sneakers from the murder when they went to another restaurant. I mean, this whole shit sloppy as fuck. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. If something's going down like that and somebody FaceTimes me and they're like, yeah, here's the killers. Why the fuck did you just call me? Abort mission. Cancel.
Yeah, cause then he said I don't want nobody who's going to LA to contact me. So hey, you don't want us to contact you, but look, this is us right. It's us. We're not gonna contact you later, but it's us right here. That makes no sense.
Everything we just had planned, because you just fucked that whole thing up for everybody. Now this is the picture that went viral today. This in the bottom left is OTF Jam. The top is the judge. To the right is a whole bunch of feds. And then to the bottom right is a screenshot of a picture, right? And this was taken by somebody at court. So the top right photo, you can see the actual courtroom. Well, this is a computer screen or a TV screen, a monitor.
Yeah, this is a monitor. This is a camera screen. Like, look at the box.
This was taken in the room where they put like all the press and the fans and that. They're not in the actual courtroom. They're in a different room and they get to watch everything on a monitor. Well, somebody took a fucking... What up, chat? What up? Well, somebody
took a screenshot of this.
Took a picture and this shit blew up. This shit was all over the place, and I'd be surprised if they don't lay down some type of restrictions in this case, even possibly not even allowing any more media, any more fans or anything like that, because, you know, I don't even know how they fucking pulled this off to begin with. To take a picture like that and be able to post it and the shit goes everywhere is crazy. Now, this woman named Taylor apparently works with LA Magazine, and she's also been covering the case. And 9 hours ago, she said Brian Steele made a point to note that the music video that was allegedly unreleased, Redman, discussed earlier, depicting Dirk shooting an individual, was produced by a professional company, to which Farmby agreed. Farmby is one of the FBI agents, and in the music video Redman, Dirk can be seen standing over and killing a Quando Rondo lookalike. He asked if Farmby spoke with producers of the video or the record label involved with the video upon his investigation. Farmby said he did not and said he was unaware of any other investigator.
Yeah, but then Quando got the same. The only thing about that, Quando has the same video. Quando got at least two videos of him doing something to somebody with blonde dreads. I react to the videos.
They're speaking with them. Notorious Reese, I appreciate you, bro. Now, here's another highlight from Steele Cross. The most tense moment of Cross was when Steele describes the brutal killing of King Von. He describes Quando Rondo as dragging Von, who is shot, like a piece of trash. Farmby replied, I don't know Rondo's mindset. Brian Steele countered, saying, you don't know anyone's mind but your own. The agent said yes. Steele then asked why Leaks charges were dismissed for shooting King Von. Farmby said he believes it was self-defense. Later, Steele made things emotional. He stated he hoped he was not making things personal, but asked if people feel grief when losing someone close to them. Farmby said solemnly, yes. He was not making eye contact at this point. Steele then asked if investigators were taking personal feelings and private conversations that were raw to prove their narrative. Farmby said, I do not believe so. Steele asked if people who are mad and grieving sometimes say and do things they will not later do when given time to process, and the agent said that is possible.
No, that ain't possible, nigga. That is true. Sometimes, nigga, something happen, you be so pissed off, nigga. I'm gonna go unlock that nigga. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this. Then when you start thinking about the shit, you calm down. Like, nah, it's not even worth it. People do that. People do that. That's why, like, text, in my opinion, shouldn't be used, because again, you don't know what was the mindset of this person when they said what they said.
Lil Durk update, a lot to unpack from this morning. FBI Special Agent Farmby continued his testimony for the prosecution. Defense Brian Steele had a tense cross. That's basically what we were just reading. Now, while on the stand, OTF Jam has been seemingly reluctant to be there. He frequently shakes his head and puts his head in his hands. He is fidgeting, rocking his chair back and forth. He speaks low, sometimes hesitant. I mean, he's probably just like retarded. You know, he's probably shot out. I mean, if you can be 17 and put a gun to somebody's head and execute them, you probably got something wrong with you. You might not be the most normal person. Like, we saw King Von fucking, when he was in court in Atlanta, swinging his chair around, not giving a fuck. Obviously, Vaughn has some loose screws, right? And he was out there nailing shit. Apparently, allegedly killed 7 people. So I don't understand why people have high hopes that they think.
To be honest, to catch that many bodies, something got to be wrong anyway. Cause nigga, how you catching these bodies and not thinking about that shit? I would not be able to catch a body and just walk around like everything's good and I'm just happy and cheerful and hey, it's my birthday, let me get dressed. How, bro? Like, nigga, you caught a body, nigga. You unalive somebody. That shit don't run across your mind?
He's gonna be in there like, yes, ma'am, it was I. It was Little Derek. We did the hit, the execution. I don't think it's gonna be presented like that. I think people are gonna be a little bit off. While watching a video playing of Didi or DeAndre Wilson, Jam closed his eyes for a moment and chuckled twice as Wilson joked on camera with other members on an Instagram live. And I believe that's when they were referring to Jam as the murder man. He briefly looked at Wilson when referring to him during testimony, but looked away quickly. Now, India Royal leaving after court wraps up in the 4th day of her husband's trial. Lil Durk has pled not guilty. And again, this is just Durk's wife. And I mean, it's sad because they got kids together, you know, kids that might not ever see their father in the free world ever again. All responsibility for the family is going to fall on her.
True. But I think she got a company going anyway, so she's good. Well, for the most part. But it's on him, bro. Like, nigga, again, people got to understand, dog. Like, it's 2026 going into 2027. There is no 100% guaranteed way to do something, and then you just good. Like, again, look at the Julio Fulio niggas. Them niggas came fully blacked out, traveled, and all type of shit, and still got caught. Like, it's just not like, again, especially when the most time, I think one way to possibly get away with something if you have no personal ties to this person. There's no beef, there's no anger, there's no tweets, no music videos, no drama, no nothing. You have no ties to this person. Randomly, y'all get into it, bam, on camera, you move across states or you move back to, you go wherever the fuck you came from. There's a chance you might not get caught, especially if there's no cameras, no fucking fingerprints, nothing. But once they get to figuring out who this person was beefing with, you're done. You're done. For Durk, he should have thought about that shit like, nigga, if anything happens to anything around Quando, sorry, around him, next to him, they're coming to get y'all, or coming to at least look at y'all, because I kept saying it too. Like, when them music videos, when them diss videos was dropping, I can't even say that. When them diss videos was dropping between Durk and Quando, I said, if something happened to one of them, the police are going to come arrest him. Because nigga, and then look what happened. Pab got hit, and then now look, nigga, if you're beefing going back and forth with somebody, and something happens to them, or something happens to somebody close to them, and they happen this so they're with them when this shit happened. Who was this person beefing with? Who was you beefing with that would make somebody come get you that ended up to where this person suffered the consequence? Dirt.
Her. She's in a very tough position. And unfortunately, that's what comes with the streets. When you make these decisions, you're not thinking about your family, you're not thinking about your kids. You're just thinking about whatever you're thinking about. You know, I'm not going to say too much because I'm not going to allege that Dirk did the shit.
Yeah, allegedly, but I'm just saying, if he did this, bro, like nigga, you knew this is possibly can happen, bro. If you had again, you got ties to anybody, you got beef with this person. If something happens to them, the police are going to look at you, whether they come get you or not. They're going to for sure look at you.
But even being associated with the wrong people, like a Vonnie. Let's say Vonnie was really the one that did all this shit and just blamed Dirk at the end of it. Just the association that Dirk had to Vonnie essentially brought him down. But more interestingly, the mother of Lil Pab was actually seen leaving, and fans of Dirk yelled after her, to which she flipped off the supporters. One of these women here. I don't believe you actually see her flip anyone off in this video.
I seen the video on Twitter. I seen that video, but I didn't hear them say anything. I seen her walking past. The nigga was filming her the whole time she was walking in, and then she turned around and flipped him off. I think it was her. I think it was her that flipped him off.
In here. I don't believe you actually see her flip anyone off in this video. There's another video of her showing up to court, and I think you can see her flip somebody off there.
Yeah, that's the video I'm talking about.
But it's like, what the fuck do you expect? Imagine your son gets killed, and one of the biggest rappers is allegedly behind the shit. And you show up to court where you're gonna see the person who allegedly orchestrated the hit. You're going to see the person who did the hit testifying, and you're going to see all of their fucking fans crowded outside with...
I ain't going to say she, not how to say she, but like, if this was like LA niggas, that they say both of them was from LA, both street niggas, it wouldn't have been no cameras, nigga. It would have been fighting that motherfucker. Because nigga, their family's going to show up, their friends are going to show up, people going to get into it. But this is, I guess, a better alternative than people fighting.
Free Dirk shirts. I think it's distasteful to say anything to her.
True. Because again, you ain't Dirk. You ain't his friend. Like, you a fan, bro. You a fan.
Regardless of who she's affiliated, associated, related to, as somebody's mother, she didn't have anything to do with none of that shit. And she lost her child, and I don't think anybody needs to be making any fucking comments towards her. But that's just my personal opinion. You know, obviously people ain't gonna listen to me because who the fuck am I? Jam would testify he was a leader in the Black Disciples and was known as a shooter, explaining there were roles in the gang. While in prison for 12 years, Jam testified that Dirk called him regularly and put money on his book, sometimes $50, $100 to $1,000. Jam said while in prison, people forget about you. I ain't gonna lie, he didn't do that.
And you still stabbed him in the back, nigga. Like, people, I hope people are paying attention. But it's like, people still like, no, my hood wouldn't do that. My homies wouldn't do that. My niggas wouldn't do that. Okay.
That's even more fucked up.
Bro, oh God, you said it right there. I ain't gonna lie. He, like you said, people forget about you. I ain't gonna lie. He didn't do that. He's putting 50, 100 band on your books. You know niggas forget about people in jail. You did 12 years. You an idiot, bro. Idiot. You could have came on and said, no, bro, hey, since you up, I don't want to catch nobody, nigga. I want to be good. put me onto security, put me onto something, nigga. Like, let me do something to where I can make some money. I hate when it be grown ass men that let their homie convince them to do something and they want to stab them in the back. Nigga, you should have told that nigga no. Tell that nigga no. I don't want to go, bro. I'm good.
Even have a support system. And Dirk is one of the only people fucking with you, actually supporting you and sending you bread. And now you testifying on him. Court has just ended for the day in the trial of Lil Durk. OTF Jam, aka Casey Hester, continued testifying about his involvement in the murder of Lil Pab. Jam said he and da-da-da. I believe we already went through all of this, the attempted murder, all that extraness, right? And of all people, we have YSL Woody giving his thoughts on what he thinks is gonna happen in this case. And the reason I wanted to show y'all this is because Brian Steele, who is representing Durk and is cross-examining FBI agents and shit on behalf of Durk, was also the same lawyer that represented Thug. So Woody is one of the few people that actually have experience in getting cross-examined or questioned by a fucking $1 million lawyer. And Woody did phenomenal. If anybody was going to testify against me, I hope it would be fucking Woody, because Woody didn't know nothing. Now, Woody did some snitchery beforehand in the interrogation room, but when he hit that courtroom, he didn't know shit. He didn't know nothing. So it's like, you know, let's see what he has to say.
Oh, let me tell y'all how this finna go. Brian Steele, Drew Finney, all them, they gonna attack the credibility of OTF Jam. They gonna ask him, why is he cooperating against Durk?
Somebody said he looked like Durk without the dreads. Now I can't unsee it. That's crazy. Look at this.
What is his plea deal? So, do he gain anything for what he's doing? Yes, he do. So the jury get to hear that due to the fact that Jam is...
Yeah, but the only thing is, that's what I was saying, when it comes to the fact, that's why they're trying to use all this shit and use all these witnesses or whatever to where Durk looks so bad that his witnesses or his bad witnesses still look semi-credible. Because this person is so bad, why would this person be lying?
Understand, saying what he's saying. He have motive to say what he have to say. Now, it's up to the defense, the way that they attack. Now, this is where we see how good these lawyers is. If Brian Steele the man, this is where he get up there and show his master plan. Brian Steele, don't let the people down. Drew Finney, don't let the people down. Y'all the best two lawyers in the world right now. Get up, Craig. Cause that boy got
Get up, Craig.
down bad. It's up to y'all two lawyers to get Durk out of this jam. This shit just got real. I believe Durk a changed man. I ain't say he innocent or guilty. So let me...
Now, I'll say this, right? He literally has the best lawyers money can buy. With the fucking YSL case with Thug, I don't think anybody expected Thug to walk away with all the probation that he got and just get released. That was insane. I didn't even know that was an option. With this Fed case, I don't think that is an option. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it either comes down to he beats the case entirely and walks free, or he gets hit with a life sentence. One or the other. I don't think there's any in between in this situation. Notorious Reese, I see you, bro. I appreciate you.
Probably not, but I think it might be a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, cause Diddy got the same thing. The nigga was thinking Diddy was done. He was he washed away, and he still ain't gonna say beat the case, but he's not washed. He's still finna come home. And he still gotta finish up his time, but he's finna come home. So I think it might be the same thing. In my opinion.